Red pill and manosphere content is still failing men and steering them wrong, and if you are still watching it, I highly suggest that you stop right now and consider taking in some other form of content, because at this point, it's not really helping you. Now, I did a video similar to this about a year and a half ago. I'll link it up the top somewhere, wherever. Doesn't matter. But I pointed out all the things I saw wrong with the movement and how it could be better, and honestly, nothing has changed. And the space has, over the years, for sure, definitely changed, but it's reached a stagnation point where it's been for like the past year and a half. Like, I mean, at first it was actually helping men and telling them how to be better, and then I mean, there was also pickup artist bullcrap in there, and then it went to the full red pill of how it is now, essentially. And just from like the past year and a half, like, I could put any of the videos that I've seen recently, because they're like herpes, they just continuously pop up, but I could put any of those videos a year and a half ago, or for any of those videos from now. I could put any of those videos from now and put them back in time a year and a half ago, and it would be the same thing. The absolute same exact thing. And it's pretty much just bashing women, don't be with women, like, like, here's the dangers of them. And it's like, yeah, like, realistically, it can be good information, but at the same time, just understand that that's not the case with every single person, every single female. There will always be horrible people in this world, and the slight value that's in the videos that are still right now is just pointing that out and showing you what can happen, or if you need someone to commiserate with if you've just been dealt dirty, which is all fine and great, but at the same time, that's all they're doing. Oh wait, I lied. That's not all they're doing. I've seen some where it's like really bad, where they've gotten to the point of just pranking women, and it's like, dude, that's cruel, completely cruel. That's garbage. Like, if you do that, you're a garbage human being. It's like you turned into the thing that you despise so much. Or they're just doing other doom and gloom kind of stuff, and it's like, dude, you don't need that in your life. No one needs that in their life. And realistically, like I said in my previous video about it, should be going on to like, okay, what next? It's like, yes, you've learned these things and you see these things, and it's always something to keep in mind. But what next? You're stuck on, oh, where, like, this woman hurt me, or women can hurt you, or whatever it is. Like, it's like, why are you still constantly stuck on that? If you really wanted to do like going your own way kind of thing, or anything along those lines, it's like, why not make yourself better? Because ultimately, that's what I see, is like, these channels don't make anyone better. They just point out some BS, essentially. Point out what's going on, what's wrong, and not come up with any solutions. They say it's just, oh, become a higher value man. And it's like, yeah, I mean, how do you do that? And it's like, oh, you're still doing it with the intention of getting laid. And it's like, yeah, getting laid is cool, but it's not everything. And it is really hard to see that when you're in your early 20s. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you think it is everything, but trust me, being in my early 30s, it's not everything. And that's not me saying that because I don't have any experience, because I have the experience, which is also enough to let me tell you with confidence that it's not everything. If I didn't have the experience, I'd be right along there with you. Still, probably. Who knows? Life is funny. Anything can happen. But my point still stands, is make yourself a better person. And that's what people, if they want to be leaders for men, should be doing. And not even just make it for men, just for people in general. It's just teach people how to be better people, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. And that's part of like what my channel is all about. Like, and this isn't me just trying to shill my channel. but it very well may seem like it because I'm in that same space. My channel exists to let people know things and understand things that they might not have known, and to learn. That's been my whole life, is to the pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of, like, so that I can be wise, because being smart and being wise are two different things. Like, being smart is knowing things, being wisdom is or having wisdom is to actually be able to use your knowledge in real world applications. So the ultimate goal is to become wise, and that's where my channel is at. And, like, I mean, I've done series on, like, 48 Laws of Power, 4 Agreements, stuff like that, but then I've also talked about stuff that's happened in my life, and that's all people that want to lead in this kind of space really need to do, is just, like, teach from either their own personal experience, or, like, as an actual teacher of something else that they've learned that they could teach to someone else, not just start bashing other people. And honestly, like, just being garbage, because, like, yeah, like, thankfully this kind of content is very much dwindling out, but, like, I still see certain channels that have, like, 20,000 views, and they're way less than a week old, and it's like, so people are still definitely watching it. I have a feeling it's not even people from the United States, but it's a moot point at that point. But it's low quality garbage kind of content, and it's either still bashing women, or an "I told you so," or a doom and gloom, or whatever. And it's like, you're not really helping anyone. Yes, the world sucks right now for a lot of people. Don't add to that. I know it sells because people like to bathe in their misery, but wouldn't you prefer to not feed into the cycle and to actually lift other people up regardless of their gender, and just help people, especially men, if that's what you're going for? You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense to me. But I made this video essentially just to point that out again, because I feel I don't want to make this video. I didn't want to make this video, but I feel like I had to make it again because of the fact that this stuff is still around. And while with the fall of Andrew Tate, like, this has fallen as well, and, like, I sort of called that stuff, which is funny. It's still there. It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still there for sure. And it either needs to be stopped entirely, or hopefully people in that space see my video and take a page out of my book and change their direction, change their tune, because they probably even know it themselves that it's a dying space, and they used to make millions and billions, and even, like, to the point where at one point I was thinking about being a shill for that content, and, like, ultimately that's not how I am, that's not who I am. I can't be untrue to myself, and I knew ultimately that I would have been, because I could have been saying all this stuff because it was popular to say, but in reality, while for a very small amount of time I drank that Kool-Aid, like, I had someone, like, not physically slap me in the face, but, like, something figuratively slap me in the face and open my eyes and be like, wait a second, hold on, let me look at this real quick. And, like, it just poked all the holes in everything. I mean, it was COVID, man. It was a crazy time. Everyone was losing their minds. Some people still have their minds lost in the ether somewhere from that stuff. But my point is that this needs to stop. I hope it does. And if they're not going to stop making that content, if you're watching this and you still watch content like that, highly consider watching something else, even if it's not my channel. But stop watching something that is literally damaging you, and, to be honest with you, it's going to make you way less likely to be successful with women, because you're still putting women on a pedestal, you're still treating them as an object, even though you're calling them a piece of garbage object, and trying to treat them like crap. That alone is not going to help you, but even you just looking at them as anything less than human is, like, it's not going to help your chances of getting laid. And I feel like that's half the reason why that area still exists is because, like, deep down, it's all people who are butthurt about not getting laid or not being able to find someone that they love, like, that they could actually be with. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you, especially as a man, like, if you can't accept the fact that you might be alone, you need some work to be done. Like, realistically, when you look at in history, that's how most of it was. Like, even way back in the day, it's like most men didn't have families. Their genetic line died out with them. It is what it is. But accept it. Accept sometimes things aren't your way. And just let it go. And honestly, when you let things flow like that, things tend to work out a lot better than you would think and imagine. But I think that's about enough for me. If you don't know me, my name is Brendan. This is The Lost Tribe. Like, comment, share, do what you gotta do. And if you made it this far into my ramblings, hit that subscribe button because clearly you like the content. Once again, Brendan, Lost Tribe. Peace out.